Present.
Present. Present. Present.
Present.
Present.
Thank you. Public participation, we have none. Staff reports, Dr. Portery.
Thank you, President Ambrose and trustees. It has been a wonderful summer. We completed summer school, and that was great. It was a great time for summer school. Dr. Skidwood and Vine headed that with our principals, and there were new programs, House Bill 4545, which you have been briefed upon, and we hope everything went well, and summer school ended without a hitch. At least I didn't hear anything, so that was a good thing. We had curriculum writing going on, and that went very, very well. We did a lot of work last year with curriculum writing, and this year it was just updating, making sure the calendar was correct, and everything went well there as well. We had the sports this week. We know we have our summer sporting, and we had more students this summer participate in our summer activity, our summer athletics, than any time in recent history. So we're really, really happy. We spoke to Coach Morgan this morning, and he is really, really pleased with the boys in football. So we're about to get ready to kick the ball off. So we're excited about that as well. But all sports participated in summer athletics. If you've passed by the Memorial Stadium, we are laying the field, the new turf, and it is absolutely beautiful. The colors, the new Jumbotron has already been installed. The turf is being laid, and what is happening with the old turf, they're moving it to the hill that was built at the high school. Behind the high school, there's a hill that they built, and they cleaned off the hill, and they're going to lay that turf, the old turf, on that hill. So it's going to be really, really nice, and there are some more upgrades that will be done with that area. So stay tuned for more. We also had the first Titan Tech Conference, Technology Conference. That was a huge success. We give kudos to the IT department under Mr. Jackson and Mr. Dagry. We had Boxlight, who came out and brought wonderful, wonderful professional development for us. Teachers did come. It was open up to everyone, and they did give classes on our personal, like Google. They gave classes on the personal emails. So we had bus drivers, transportation, we had child nutrition, we had teachers, we had clerical. Everyone was invited to come, and they did. And that was a good thing. So we're ecstatic about that. We had the interactive panels that were demonstrated, and we thought we had really, really stumbled on something with the interactive panels. Never did we even think of all the possibilities with the panels. So we're excited about that. And we also had Lou Systems that was there. That's a program that's going to be in the elementary schools, and it's going to be with in our gyms. And I think our coaches, our elementary coaches, are excited, and that's going to be exciting for our kids because there's science, math, English. They'll read, they'll throw the ball on the answers on the board. So that was really exciting to see our coaches play around with it. So we're excited. Then on this past Saturday, we had Valero and Port Arthur Independent School District hosted its first. We've had Kid Fest in the past, but we've never had it on our campus. And this year, they did ask us to host it, and we did. And I cannot tell you the success that we had here at Memorial High School. Our maintenance department, our custodial department, child nutrition, all worked extremely hard. We had over 100 volunteers from Valero, and I'm going to give many, 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 many kudos to Mrs. Adrian Lott She led our district in the Kid Fest, and I think when we talked about it, we never thought how large it was going to be. We didn't think, we knew it was going to be big, but never in our wildest dreams did we think it was going to be as large as it was. And you know the good thing about it? There were thousands of people that came out for it. It was so well organized, and everyone got along. There wasn't a cross word the entire time. It was organized at the beginning. At 11 o'clock, the doors opened, the parents and the students walked in. I mean, there were games and trucks and snow cones and giveaways. There were science activities going on. Our technology department registered children. The parents were seated. They didn't argue. They waited their turn. It was really magnificent. I mean, it really was there. And the parents kept saying how great everything was. And our very own Mrs. Wyckoff Johnson was there representing two, both representing Valero and the Port Arthur Independent School District. And Mr. Narcisse came as a trustee and a surrogate parent, I'll call him, and he was registering the students as well. So, but it was really, when you were there, you felt safe. Our police department was there. They were having fun as well as keeping us safe. I mean, it was magnificent. One Valero representative did say, "This is the model. This is the model." So we were happy to be a part of that. So we're looking forward to next year to see exactly where we're headed. We had new teacher orientation this year. Our curriculum specialist, Dr. Kelsey, and her curriculum specialist led the new teachers. We have some wonderful, wonderful new teachers. Some are not so new. Some of them are coming back to us, and we are welcoming them because they were wonderful when they were here, and we're really welcoming them back to the district. So that the last 2 days, 3 days have been really, really fun with them. So we have high hopes for our year coming up. Our teachers will return on Monday, August the 1st. So that's when they will get work in their classrooms, and Dr. Kelsey Curriculum Department has given us all what we're going to do for the next 2 weeks. And also our students will return on Wednesday, August 10th. That is the first day of classes for the Port Arthur Independent School District. So it's exciting. Everything is going well, and we are ready for our kids to return. There are a couple of really, really important things I think that our community and our staff is wanting to hear. And the main thing is, for the last, I'm going to say 6 months or so, we have been working on a salary compensation for all employees in the Port Arthur Independent School District. We first want to thank our employees for sticking with us for the past 3 years. We have not given a raise since 2019-20 school year, since the 2019-20 school year. However, we have given retention bonuses to our employees, all employees. But our employees have stuck with us. They've worked hard. As I said, that was the last raise that we were able to give. However, they have been here, and that's when COVID hit. And when I say they have worked harder than any group I can ever imagine. You know, educators, and I'm biased, of course, but I think educators have worked extremely hard to keep things moving, keep our students moving, our community going. And I think they need to be compensated far, far greater than what we're doing. But I think what we're doing is fantastic. I really do. We have looked at how we can compensate our teachers, and I think you're going to be happy with what we are proposing. The first thing, and you do have this in your book, the teacher salary schedule. We have a teacher salary schedule, and it was as I said, from 2019-20 is the current salary schedule. And what we are proposing is to increase our salary schedule. Now, what we've done, and with the help of, and I must give credit to Human Resources under the direction of Mr. Jimmy Weibel, and the Business Office under the direction of Mrs. Denise Davis. The two, plus myself, it was some long discussions and some wondering discussions and trying to figure out exactly what we could do, how much we could afford. And remember, all of this is based on the values that we will receive in tax money, okay? So it looks well, so we're really, really pleased with what's happening, and we're able to give a compensation package, to propose a compensation package to you. When we talk about compensation, we normally talk about teachers. Everyone wants to know how much teachers are going to make. Our compensation package is for everyone. It's composed of all 1,300 employees. Maintenance, child nutrition, teachers, administrators, transportation, everyone. So with this compensation package, everyone will receive, if you all vote for it, at least 3% across the board. Now, we know, and we talked before, that our teacher salary list has not been competitive with neighboring districts. TASB, when they did the study, they compared our district with 20 other districts surrounding us. And we were not competitive. So what we want to do is get to the point where we are competitive with our counterparts. So what we did, we looked at from year 10 through year 30. In addition to the 3%, teachers will receive an additional amount in order to move them up to where we think they need to be, and to lessen the gaps. For instance, a teacher with 10 years on the current salary schedule, they would have started the 22-23 school year with a salary of $51,875. If you approve the new salary schedule, a teacher with 10 years will receive $55,200. That is above $3,000. Now, a 20-year teacher, under the current teacher salary, they would receive $54,875. If you vote for the new salary schedule, they will receive $60,200. That's about $6,000. For a 30-year teacher, in which it took 30 years for a teacher to receive $60,000 under the current year's salary, they would receive $60,000 at 20 years now. And the 30-year teacher would have received $60,483, and now they would receive $65,200. Current employees of the Port Arthur Independent School Year with 31 or more years will also receive the 3% plus $2,500, a total of $4,200. That's 31 and above. Any questions so far? If you keep going, you'll see the proposed administrative professional pay, 3% for those as well. Now, there are some areas where that will receive an additional to get rid of the gaps. Not many, but some. The proposed administrative professional pay plan, then you would go through, and it's the proposed clerical paraprofessional pay plan, and you'll see it's the minimum, midpoint, and maximum. And we've really tried to get to the midpoint of all of our salaries. Proposed clerical auxiliary pay, we're moving a transportation driver, bus driver, under the current would have received $15 an hour. It is moving to $17 an hour. And then you will see the academic increments. Then you will see the athletic increments. Also, we have substitute employee pays, and that's substitutes within our district when they come in to substitute for secretaries or bus drivers. Those are the salaries that they would receive, and our game workers. Also, on the last page, you would see the benefits. We do have a retirement plan under TRS, and all employees working 10 hours or more are eligible for TRS benefits. And we try and encourage employees to come to Port Arthur for many reasons, because it's just a wonderful district. And in addition to being a wonderful district, we are one district that pays into Social Security. Now, as we tell our new employees who are much younger than most of us, we try to tell them and give them, encourage them of the advantage of Social Security once you reach the age. However, they're not as interested as some of us are, but we do pay into Social Security, and we pay, the rate is 7.65. We have workers' compensation, we have health insurance. The school district pays $354, and the state pays $75, a total of $429 for health insurance for employee. If the employee, based on what option they choose, if an employee wants to add, then they would pay the additional. But every employee, we pay the $429 a month for. We have a life insurance package of $25,000 that is free to all employees in the district. If something should happen to an employee in our district, the beneficiary would receive $25,000. And once again, that is free. We have an employee assistance program that's offered to all of our employees. If an employee is needing to talk to someone, they can, they can call the 1-800 number, and I think there is 3 visits that they can make to see a psychologist if they need be, and that is under our plan as well. We have sick leave. All returning employees will receive 5 local days and 5 state days. New employees, 0 local and 5 state. Then we have volunteer programs that are, if an employee chooses to do that, term life insurance, spouse and children, vision, dental, and so forth. So those are our packages. Also, in your book, you will see our substitute plan. For long-term teacher substitutes, we were at $100 for the current year, and we have we're asking that you would approve $115 a day for long-term subs. Subs that were coming in that were doing day-to-day, they were compensated with $85 a day, and we're asking you to approve $100 a day for those substitutes. And then we've increased the librarian aide, instructional aide, special ed aide, and so forth. We think this compensation plan gives a good indication of how we respect, how we care for our employees, and we want them to have what they deserve. For so long, they've asked us to look at the back end, and we have looked at the back end, and we've made substantial increases on the back end of this plan. The starting salary for a 0-year teacher with 0-year experience will be, if approved, $51,500. 0-year experience. Any questions?
Trustees? Trustees, if there's no questions, Dr. Porteria, we thank you for that report. Minutes. Consider and, if appropriate, approve minutes of the June 23rd, 2022 regular board meeting. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Vice President Barty, second by Trustee Narcisse. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Consent agenda. The following items, which are of a routine and/or recurring nature, have been designated consent agenda items by the Board President per Policy BE Local. All of the items in the consent agenda will be acted upon by one vote without being discussed separately unless requested by a trustee, in which event the item or items will be withdrawn immediately for individual consideration in its normal sequence after the items not requiring separate discussion have been acted upon. Trustees, if you'll take a few moments to review agenda items 1 through 7. Agenda items 1 through 7. And I will call for a motion once you've had that opportunity to review those items. Agenda items 1 through 7.
Madam President, I'd like to make a motion that we accept the agenda items as follows.
We do have a motion by Vice President Barty. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Trustee Narcisse. All those in favor to accept agenda items 1 through 7, say aye.
Aye.
The consent agenda is approved. Personnel, Dr. Portery.
Madam President, I have given you the list of 54 teachers for approval.
Trustees, we have reviewed that information. I'd like a motion to accept those recommendations. May I have a motion?
Madam President, I'd like to accept the teachers that's being presented to us as follows.
There's a motion on the floor by Vice President Barty. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Trustee Narcisse. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The employment of teachers are approved. Consider, and if appropriate, approve employment of assistant principal of the Queen Elementary School. I have a motion.
Okay, Madam President, I am asking that you and the board would approve Mrs. Brandy Tate for the assistant principal position of the Queen Elementary.
Is there a motion?
Motion. Second.
Motion by Secretary Lofton, second by Vice President Barty. All those in favor of approving the employment of assistant principal of the Queen, Brandy Tate, say aye.
Aye.
The assistant principal of the Queen is approved. Consider, and if appropriate, approve employment of assistant principal of Memorial High School. Dr. Portery, would you give us that information?
Yes. Madam President, board members, I am asking that you approve 2 assistant principals for Memorial High School, Mrs. Dominique Johnson and Mr. Marquise Savette.
So moved.
I haven't called for the motion.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'd like to have a motion for the approval of the assistant principals of Memorial High School.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Secretary Lofton, second by Vice President Barty. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
They are approved for assistant principal of Memorial High School. Information, Dr. Portery.
There is no ADA and AD information for the month of June.
Thank you. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of those who've worked very, very hard because as Dr. Portery said at the top of the explanation in regards to our salaries, you do deserve it. You've done an excellent job. Don't think it's not noticed. We do appreciate all your efforts. And we ask you just to keep up the good work. Special thanks to our IT department for their technical equipment that they're going to be rolling out. I had the opportunity to view the video. It was phenomenal. So I think we're going to be very pleased with the outcome of that. So thank you all. Thank you for coming out. And at this time, I will call for adjournment.
So move. Second.
We are adjourned. Thank you very much.